The latest iteration of DataMaker brings an array of enhanced functionalities to simplify the process of generating and loading test data into your system. It introduces a more intuitive approach to establish intricate relationships between data points. Instead of creating templates from scratch, you can now employ the Analyze Dataset feature, accessible through the ellipses menu at the top. This feature accepts data either in CSV or JSON formats. To use it, select your preferred format and upload the file. Before accepting, you can check your file in a preview window. If it aligns with your expectations, DataMaker will analyze the dataset and create a template that matches the provided structure. The AI model now works to identify suitable data types for each field, ensuring a more precise representation of your data. For instance, in our example here, it adeptly recognizes data types for fields like first name and last name. When dealing with more complex data points like passwords, DataMaker may opt for more generic solutions, but you always retain the flexibility to review and edit the selections to meet your specific needs. You can also specify various fields such as password, state, country, bank account using IBAN, and even custom fields for currency. For instance, in our example, we want to only accept Euro or US dollar and no other currency, so we can specify that using the custom data type. The new update also introduces two novel data types to address more intricate data requirements: derived data and mapped data. The derived data type allows you to match data points to each other by combining fields, ensuring consistency. For instance, you can generate personalized email addresses by combining the first name and surname using curly brackets and field names. This will generate an email address that takes the previously generated first and surnames into account. Similarly, the mapped data type allows you to associate values with previous data points. This works similarly to the custom data type, except instead of randomly choosing one option, it chooses an option based on what was generated before. For example, you can link a currency field to the currency symbols field and specify the desired symbol for display. If Euro was generated earlier, DataMaker will generate the Euro symbol. This feature is valuable for maintaining consistent relationships between distinct data points. These enhancements simplify the process of creating and managing test data, offering greater flexibility and intelligence for your data generation needs. Another noteworthy addition in this new version of DataMaker is the API bridge and the database bridge. These features are designed to streamline data integration by collecting connection information for your system's endpoints and databases, significantly enhancing data handling efficiency. The API Bridge page provides a well-organized platform for managing API configurations. You can specify endpoints, parameters, and authentication settings as needed, with a structure resembling that of the Templates page. These capabilities serve two primary purposes. Firstly, they enable the use of live data points in your templates, ensuring that your test data closely mirrors real-world data. And secondly, they also streamline the data upload process, eliminating the need to repeatedly input credentials and connection strings during data uploads. The database bridge serves a similar function, but caters to various database types. You can select your database type, input the necessary connection string, and utilize a built-in test connection functionality to ensure everything functions as expected. Accompanying these bridges, we introduce two new data types. Firstly, the database response. You can select a database connection from a drop-down menu, specify an SQL query to retrieve specific data points, and define query specifications, making it useful when certain data points, such as organization IDs, need to be set in the system before making subsequent calls. The second new data type is the API response. You can specify the endpoint and query for fetching data, with the option to leverage the configurations from the API bridge for greater efficiency. These features empower you to seamlessly integrate and utilize data from your system within DataMaker templates. Furthermore, the API bridge streamlines the process of loading data into your test system. For demonstration purposes, we have prepared an example workflow using our in-house app Capacities, which is a project management suite. First, we begin by creating clients and selecting the appropriate template. Next, we export the data in CSV or JSON formats as in the previous DataMaker version. Next, we see the major improvement over our previous version of DataMaker, which is the ability to use pre-configured API bridge endpoints, which saves time as all headers and parameters are preloaded. We can select the number of data points we wish to generate and choose how they are sent, either as an array or individual objects. And finally, we can execute the request, and as you can see, we get response statuses for all our requests, and successful requests are indicated with a green tick, and we can always access detailed information for any unsuccessful requests, which really streamlines our data loading process. Another standout feature in this latest version of DataMaker is the ability to dynamically modify templates during data generation using the AI prompt feature. This is a significant enhancement as it eliminates the need to maintain numerous templates with slight variations, ensuring you always have the right test data on hand. For instance, you can generate a general template, like the imported user template here, that offers a wide range of variations. While this flexibility is valuable for testing various scenarios, there are times when you require specific test data for individual functionalities. Instead of duplicating the template, hard-coding the desired country, and potentially creating a cumbersome collection of templates, or repeatedly creating and deleting templates, you can now take advantage of the AI prompt feature. When you open the AI prompt generation, a dialog appears simplifying the process. Here's how it works. First, you select the template you want as the foundation, such as the imported user template. Next, you specify the number of data points you need. And finally, you provide a prompt to the AI, which interprets the prompt and adjusts the data accordingly. For example, you could instruct the AI to only generate users from the state of Austria. Running this prompt generates 10 data points that maintain the imported user template's structure, but with the state set to Austria. This feature streamlines the process of generating specific test data without cluttering your template library, making it versatile and efficient. Finally, the API and database bridge features offer a powerful method for moving data from DataMaker into a system under test. To illustrate this process, let's use a test environment within our Capacities app, a project management application. We'll use the templates created in DataMaker to generate clients and export this data through various means, including pushing it directly to the REST API or the database. In this demonstration, we'll focus on using the REST API. Here's how it works. To begin with, you have the option to configure an endpoint and set everything up directly within DataMaker, or you can choose from your collection of API bridges. In this instance, we have already configured a fitting endpoint called Post Capacities Clients in our API bridge. All the necessary configurations are stored there, so there's no need to configure in DataMaker. Simply specify the number of data points and the data format. We might choose 50 data points, and now we have the option to send as an array or individual objects. In our case, we take individual objects on our endpoint. So now we can click the execute button and the AI generates 50 API calls. Once the process is complete, you can review the data that has been sent. Additionally, there's an option for debugging right within the client. Transitioning over to our capacities application, we can observe that 50 clients have been successfully created, showcasing the seamless integration between DataMaker and our system under test. Following the client generation, we can further expand our dataset by creating more data related to the clients. For instance, we can generate projects associated with these clients using the Create Projects template. From here, we can export the data, select the appropriate endpoint, for example, post capacities or projects, which we had prepared, and specify the number of projects again. Let's say we want 50 projects. This endpoint requires data to be sent as an array, so we enable the corresponding toggle and execute the process. As a result, we now have 50 objects within our array. Returning to our capacities application and selecting some of our clients, we can see that projects have been successfully created. This gives us a very easy and streamlined integration for us to start our testing. And that's it for today's feature update on DataMaker. Please, if you are interested, follow us on LinkedIn or visit our websites automators.com or datamaker.app. Don't forget to get involved in the discussion. Leave us any future features you'd like to see in upcoming versions of DataMaker in the comments.